Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to share with you an abandoned campground that me and Tammy had camped at and didn't even realize it until a few days later of exploring this park. So this old dirt road right here off to the side with the grassy burn, this used to be where the shack used to stand for where you would check in when this used to be a KOA campground. And after walking around the loop here for a couple days straight, there was this one area I just kept looking at, just in puzzlement, like there was something going on. And finally, when I went up in there to investigate my curiosity, and sure enough, that's when it was confirmed that this was, and in fact, an abandoned campground. So check out what I found. So what I had found was a lot of evidence of the former KOA campground. There was electrical outlets, water spigots, drainage holes for the sewer, and even some concrete pads. So from that point, I wanted to know more. What caused this KOA campground to actually close its doors and then have the National State Forest System purchase the property and turn it into a campground of their own? Right here we have a post with a 110 outlet. Ain't that something? There is all kinds of evidence like this. I'm going to show you some more. All right, let's show you some of the evidence that this used to be campsites in here. You see it's really overgrown. And look at that. Former site number 10. That's the outlet, and there's a double water spigot. Let's get closer. I don't know if it's going up in the video or not. Yeah, double water spigot and the electrical outlet. This is site number 10, A10, site A10. Wow, look how overgrown it is in here with this. All right, here's some more evidence. Concrete thing with a hole in it, so that tells me this is where the charcoal grill used to be. And here's another power box, number 11. And there is the water spigot, even though the spigots are now missing. And we had a 110 and a 50 amp hookup. So there you go. The park had 50 amp hookups here. Site 10 and 11. And technically, here's another box. Oh, Cooper. Cooper doesn't like walking in this tall stuff. He's a little picky about it. But here's another box and another water spigot that doesn't have the spouts, but there you go. This one's not marked, but I would guess this was number 12. But look at this. This would be where you'd park your rig and everything. And actually right here, this is where it would be your parking space. Here's a post. An old camp post. That would have been your campsite right there. And then, just a couple feet over, just on the other side of this brush right here, which would have been a natural barrier between you and the next campsite. And this is campsite number 1 for the State Forest Service, and it is a tent site. So that means they went in here and removed the electric and water. All right, let's see if there's anything on this side. Campsites on this side of the road as well. I see a post. I'm gonna let Cooper go for real quick so I can get this. There's the a 110 outlet and a post, but it doesn't say anything. It looks like a number 6 right there, spray painted on, but I don't see any other evidence or post or anything. So this might have been a
tent site because it's not real deep from the road. There you go. That would have been your site number 6 or something. And then some of these sites have, I mean, some of these areas are easy to find. Look at this. Water spigot, outlets, 2 outlets, another water spigot, and another water outlet. This might have been like possibly a buddy campsite area, but I'm curious. The water still work? Nope, no water. No water here. Alright, let's go see what else we can find. Maybe some picnic tables or something. Who knows? So the thing is about KOA is, you know, most of those parks, when you reserve them, they have full hookup, meaning they have water, electric, and sewer. And here's remnants of the old sewer system right here. But you know, when it comes to state forest, they don't offer that. So this was all removed when they purchased the property, or who knows, when they purchased the property, the sewer system and the electric and water in these areas could have been damaged from, who knows, from sinkholes, storms, or just upkeep. But this is going to be the next campsite, number 2 for the park. And here's some old remnants of evidence right here in the back of this campsite. You got a communications or a cable box, a junction box or whatever, for, I would say, probably, let's find out. Yeah, Sprint, that would be telecommunications. And this is formerly a KOA campsite as well. As you see the concrete slab right here. And this would have been housing your picnic table, and you would park your rig right here. And you'd have your picnic table here, and then you standalone grill and the group, and then the fire ring, and then over here would start another campsite. Would be right in here. Yeah, because here's a, I don't know what that would be. Maybe the former sewer. Yeah, these are the former sewer drains right here, because here is another concrete pad buried for the next campsite. So
how close you were.
that's goes to tell you the typical KOA campsites. You back in right here. That's your concrete for your picnic table and whatnot, and there's your sewer hookup, and then your neighbor to, you know, typically like a KOA, you're sniffing the neighbor's waste pipe. And that's why I won't camp at those places, but only if I honestly had to. But that's why I won't do it. Not interested in that. All right, let's go find some more stuff. So here's some more area that would have been campsites, because I'm not going to go in this one, but I do see a water spigot, a double water spigot. That means there's probably an electrical outlet in there too, and probably like 3 more campsites in that brush pile right in that area. And then would be site number 4 for the Forest Park Services. That's still active. And again, you can see there is a concrete pad. That means your site would have backed up right here, your vehicle, and that's where your picnic table goes. And here is your former electric, your former water.
Number 20.
And there is a small little post there where you used to get cable. Look at that. Former cable. I wonder if we still get, we can come here and get the Super Bowl game.
This is site number 20.
Site number 20, Tammy said. It's on the post? Let's take a look. That's, yeah, number 20. So just in the short distance that we've walked, 20 campsites already. And look, there's a sewer cover up here. So yeah, so this site here currently has no water and electric. So this is also a tent site, which they expanded to be a pretty big area. But kind of, yeah, just being a KOA thing. They gave you, you know, your own little concrete pad and whatnot. I wonder if there's any more back in here. Anything? Let's pause it until we find something else. So just a couple feet away, we found another campsite. I'm not sure if you all are really interested in this many, the exploration of this many campsites, but this one is A20 something. The number's gone.
There's one on the next one too.
The A20 is gone. But that's the electric. Here's the water. That means over here somewhere, buried in this stuff, is going to be that concrete pad where your picnic table would go, and then you have that little squared off concrete pad with the hole for your dump station, or your waste pipe, I mean. All right, so Tammy pointed out another former campsite. Oh man, we got some briars, sticky bushes in here. But this one was campsite 23. There's the water spigot, and there is the post for the electrical. You can see it's been capped off. The box is missing. So that there means over here would have been the concrete pad, but I don't even see where it would have been. I want to say a little farther, maybe right in here. Oh well, but there's got to be some more campsites right. I'll just keep cutting right this way because I'm sure there's gonna be more. Fit? Where? Oh yeah. Here's another box. Well, that was a little chewed up. The box, and you got a post, which would have been the cable. I don't see the water. I don't see water hookup, but there's a drain pipe here, which would have been the sewer pipe. What's this right here? Oh, the concrete pad. Got the concrete pad right here. So I guess I tell you, some of these trees that are here wasn't here when this was a campground. That means this has been closed out of order, business, or whatever for quite some time. And but I'm gonna go online and I will add it to this video with any information I can find, like how many campsites this KOA had and how long it was in business and what caused its demise. I mean, was it financial, meaning the owners were overspending the intake, you know, more than they were making, or was it abundance of bad weather like hurricanes devastating the area, flooding it? Who knows? Or the owners retired out of it and nobody wanted to purchase it other than the state. We don't know, but I'll try to find that information and put it in let you know in the video as we go. All right, so technically we're now coming into the area where it is now RV camping, which you can still do tenting here, but see if there's any KOA evidence in this area. I would imagine there probably is, but and we'll probably find it in some of the empty campsites here. So let's go check and see. All right, so here is campsite number 7 for the State Forest Park. We did a pretty good thorough comb through it. There is no evidence of the former KOA, so when they redid this section of the park, that they cleaned it out real good and removed all of the former KOA amenities. And you can see why it's no longer evident, because these sites are pretty deep and the KOA ones were not. So that means when they built these sites, that they definitely removed all the evidence of former KOA in this area. So, but this is what the park looks like now. Probably a little bit less trees than what used to be here from the KOA, or maybe the same, who knows, because we know that KOAs did put campsites on top of each other. So All right, so that's going to be a wrap for the former KOA hunt and discoveries. We hope you liked what you saw. I mean, I found it a little interesting that an abandoned campground that still functions as a campground.
Okay, to follow up with the information of the former KOA campground, there really wasn't any information of how many campsites there was or when it was closed, but here is my best guess. 4 miles away from here is Silver Spring State Park. It was privately owned and it closed when there was a decline in attendance. So I have a feeling that this park also suffered in the same way and closed its doors, and then the state forest system purchased the property in prevention of it being developed into residential area. So the park today is called Indian Lake State Forest. Well, that's going to be it for this video. And until then, you should consider subscribing to our channel. You'll never know. We just may be guilty of adding to your bucket list. And as always, thanks for watching. Two for the road.